deal with that. And for our teams, if you don't already know who they are, we have the blue team, who's going to be Pays, Evelyn, Child Support. inFe is going to be playing Kayle. Painkillar is going to be playing Alistar. BuddhaRice on Ezreal. CaptnBuwberry on the Annie. Panzerz is going to be playing Wukong. I'm one half your caster's Skill Factory here with
Gander of the gaming clan, Vato clan. On the bottom side, we have Point Defense, Sauron playing as Urgot, MMKH playing as Zilean, ZaberZ playing as Elise, MagiMelkor playing as Pantheon, and Lisic playing as Leona. Point Defense being the oldest competitive Dominion team that is still playing. These guys have been playing since I started casting, and even before then. So, really cool to see some of the old guard here of Dominion competition up against the sort of newer hotness who've been around for about 2/3 of the time that Point Defense has, but they've quickly caught up in wins and results. They are Pays Up and Child Support over on that side. So seeing these two top teams fight each other is going to be really interesting, but Point Defense has been looking a little bit out of shape recently. Necrogen's nowhere to be found. He's their excellent bottom laner, so things have shaken up a little bit in their roster, and Pays Up and Child Support's kind of been rolling with the way they normally do. So we'll see if Pays Up and Child Support can take it home with another game and get into another finals, or if Point Defense is going to put their 9-week kill streak to an end. I would love to see some shutdown here this week by Point Defense. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, if any team has what it takes, it is this team right here to take that one game as well. There's no chance for an adjustment after the first game. It is best of one. Go big or get knocked out of this bracket and fight for third place on a game that's not going to be casted. And if you look now at that new Annie skin, she just kind of leaps along. She's such a great frolic now. And you can see that stun is up. Like I said, it's kind of like a little cyclone around CaptnBuwberry there. And see what's happening. Am I disconnecting or is everybody stopping?
I had the problem too. This just makes me feel like it's on League's End.
Okay, so maybe it is on League's End.
It's not me.
Hopefully it's not them in the game either.
That would be the most epic troll ever if they all just hit stop.
I was like, wait, so is CaptnBuwberry listening to me 3 minutes ahead of time and just stopping so we could check out this model? Is that...
I don't know.
Is he that far ahead of me
that
I...
hold on. Stop. Look down at your timeline. Is it, like, crazy desynced on yours?
Yeah, it's kind of going back and forth. I tried to skip to live.
Does it work?
No, it froze.
Every game this week!
Oh,
what? I clicked jump to live and mine's also vomiting uncontrollably now.
Yeah, maybe something happened with this last patch that made spectator mode a little...
angry?
Shaky.
I don't know.
But good to see the starting items. One thing we can talk about, Urgot going right for Graze's Spectral Lantern. Zilean going straight for the Catalyst, being a very mana-hungry champion. So a good item to start with. If you can sit back and poke, get a couple levels, get all that mana back. But the uniform start coming from the red team here, Point Defense, going all boots, health pots, and prospectors. Either a ring or a blade. And bringing in a lot more early game damage, I feel, just from those starting items. I'm not sure what's going on with our client. If you want, I can try to get out and get back in and see if it works.
Yeah.
Get the menu up.
Sure, you go ahead and do that real quick.
I'm going to task and see if I can reopen League.
Overlay! Overlay! So we're just look at the sippy cup for a second here, guys, while me and Skill Factor can investigate this thing here. Find out what's really going on. Hopefully find out what's really going on anyway.
Okay, so I jumped out. I'm reloading the game now. I will let you know if I'm actually moving when we get into the game. Hopefully we are. I'm really excited for this match. It is a game of champions playing champions, and I am back into the game.
It's working
I
now?
can give you a play-by-play. It is working now. The windmill is on the blue side.
Keep casting, I'll rejoin.
It's going to be chasing down ZaberZ here on that Elise, but they're not going to go too far as they're running towards their point. Zilean grabbing the speed shrine, just dropping a bomb, and they're both going to recall, leaving the 3 cap for blue as they're ahead right now by about 50 points. So they must have taken it very early. All the revives, except for Zilean and Urgot, are down 4-point defense. And inFe looks like he's going to come bottom for a gank here, but Sauron is already on his way out. He does get CV'd, and inFe not able to get there in time to make that gank happen. ZaberZ missing the cocoon and the spider, trying to come back and counter gank. But it looks like blue team is just kind of hovering around the mid lane here. Zilean going to grab that storm shield. No, Wukong is going to deny it, has his own storm shield first. Panzerz is going to go grab another speed shrine, head up top, and try to catch out MagiMelkor and Alistar, who are on Pantheon and Leona, and getting a little too far ahead here. Ping's coming down onto the drill. MMKH getting caught out here. Panzerz doing some good damage. They disengage once again, and I think they're just happy with the 3-cap right now. They're not pushing really hard. Another time bomb coming down onto Panzerz. There's a cyclone on MMKH. He's going to go down. Does not chrono shift himself. It was down on cooldown. A good stun coming out, though. ZaberZ is going to be able to pick up this kill onto Panzerz if they can get the stun on him. But the rest of the team coming to help. Painkillar disrupting the entire team, knocking them up. MagiMelkor jumping in, trying to get some damage down. A good solar flare coming down. A last-second invulnerability coming out. But it's going to be a double kill for Urgot, grabbing that in a defensive garrison coming down from Painkillar on that Alistar, who gets stunned right away and goes down. BuddhaRice now in trouble as Urgot sits back and caps that point for the red team, trying to get the 3rd cap on their close to home point, not the windmill, as Alistar tries to zoin them. It is neutral now, but Sauron is very low on HP. He has some minions coming to help. BuddhaRice going 1v1. The exhaust coming out on BuddhaRice. A great heal from Kayle. BuddhaRice will live for a second. Alistar picking up that kill, and inFe going to chase down Alistar, but decides to turn around and grab the point back for themselves.
All right, I am in the game now. What timestamp are you at? Just make sure we're at the same place.
I am at 6:19.
I'm at 6:20, 6:21.
Yep.
Good? Okay,
we are right
cool.
on.
Up at the top end of the map, MMKH getting a little bit of damage, and so is Melkor. Panzerz jumping into that fight right there. Melkor going to go ahead and run on back out of the way there. MMKH going to put a little bit of pressure on this tower, but TaberZ loves his tower. Don't take TaberZ tower away. TaberZ is going to take the bomb back to Annie. Oh, no, Annie's smart enough to send it away. That was awesome. I think that's... I love that play. I'd never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Sauron down the bottom lane, getting low on health right there. Oh, dodge that skill shot. Sauron's just living and can't dodge Reckoning. That's targeted Sauron, unfortunately. So he was able to keep that point neutral for quite a long time, which did keep the clock from ticking down at all, which is pretty nice. Painkillar taking a little bit of damage from at least his volatile spiderling down there. But it looks like he's going to be okay for the moment. And both teams, Painkillar Child Support is a little bit out of position right now. Point Defense has a pretty nice opening to try and take this windmill, but they have to get through Alistar to do it. And Alistar can delay for a really long time. So Alistar kind of go out and check what's going on right there. ZaberZ getting out a little bit early. They're going to check the bushes right there. Are they going to wait for someone? Or are they going to go for Allie? It looks like there's 2 of them chasing Allie right now. And they're up at the top point, but I think they've wasted a lot of time, though. Painkillar and Child Support's entire team is back up and on the field and almost at the fight right now. Painkillar has fallen back to the tower. He has popped the ultimate right now, so he isn't going down anytime soon, though. And the rest of the team catches up, starts doing the damage right there. Elise gets really low on hit points immediately there. Alistar gets kicked back away from the tower. Nice airborne right there by Painkillar. He seems getting lower and lower on health right there. The Painkillar School of Survival get ridiculously low on hit points and still be effective somehow, as the team gets mostly picked apart there in that engagement. Just all that time they spent checking the bushes and waiting to catch up right there. MMKH gets swept up by Panzerz, and they actually might have time to pick up the neutral. Oh, with the minions there, maybe even the full cap with 2 people on it.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get this quest objective here. They do have a Grand Skyfall, but decided not to use it. I think it would have been a great idea just to stop that from happening. Defensive garrison too late as Alistar tries to reveal the brush and get onto inFe. He will get the stun off and is trying to slow him down as much as he can, but does not follow up because they need to get this point back, as it was a 4-1 cap. Painkillar and Child Support coming out really strong at the beginning here. Kayle already 5-1 and 9. MagiMelkor picking up a kill onto Ezreal in that brush there, but CaptnBuwberry coming back with the damage to see if she can grab a kill with her TaberZ running after there. Alistar knocking him away, not the direction they wanted to get him to go in. And a ping coming down onto the Wukong and Kayle up top, but they have the 10% damage buff. They can't go with a straight engagement, especially when they're already down by so many kills right now. Annie is 6-0 and 5, almost has a Rylaze finished. I believe she has enough gold right now to get that Rylaze whenever she feels like it, but she's going to hang out with her team there. And MMKH being caught out here. Zilean getting dropped almost instantly. and that means they're going to be able to hold this 3-cap for even longer. ZaberZ, though, going Spider form, going to need to repel and jump onto Painkiller, but does not. Instead, trying to just run away. There's the repel, not getting knocked up, coming back onto Painkillers. A stun coming down, but there comes the immovable object of Alistar as they focus him a little bit too much. CaptnBuwberry, though, getting grabbed by Lisix. The exhaust going down onto Wukong, but his decoy doing a great job there. Leona going very far to try to get that Annie, but nobody else following up there. The AP nuke from Kayle coming down. Right now, that Reckoning already doing 400 ability power. Magic damage. Ability power, but he does not have 400 ability power.
Pretty scary if Kayle was able to get a whole that much ability power, because Reckoning is quite a nuke, vastly underrated by a lot of people. Painkiller now turn around, diving in for MMKH, able to deliver that airborne right. ZaberZ went in the air, and then he came back down. He was alive for a second, but he's going to be Guardian Angels. He's going to come right back up and get back away from the enemy team. Able to put out a little bit more damage right there. Nice play by ZaberZ and MMKH. Really helping out with that push a lot right there. Lisix locking down Kayle, and now, it's just Lisix by himself because MMKH got picked off, unfortunately, by Annie. So that was a pretty good turnaround there for a moment. Looked like they were going to be able to take that home, but it was not meant to be. Unfortunately, Sauron in the bottom lane, however, is being Sauron and getting this point neutral against Ezreal. BuddhaRice down here. Oh, double exhaust. Only one can survive. There's the suppress right there. Kicks BuddhaRice over into some minions, pops off some damage, and Ezreal gets a free trip back to the summoner platform, but a bunch of people come back to life right there. Gonna chase Sauron away, throws the corrosive charge down. Panzerz, if Panzerz gets in range, it's one Nimbus strike away from disaster, so Sauron just keeps running, pops that Terra Capacitor as well, to give him that extra resistance and to try and land that slow. Up at the top, CaptnBuwberry getting caught by Lisix, getting caught by MagiMelkor. ZaberZ spotting over here to try and get this tower, but Painkiller does show up. Oh, nice airborne tags, all three of them. Bliss decides to go in and engage. Painkiller does have the ultimate up right now, so he can take all of the damage, and you can see just how ineffective weapons are against him right now. inFe coming up from the back with the Reckoning, drops that, does a ton of damage right away, and they're just
The stall was so good by Painkiller right there. The rest of their team showed up. MMKH not able to get any kills as his whole team dies around him. Now he is next to die on that Zilean. A jump in from MagiMelkor, but not wanting to go with a 1v3. Painkiller's doing a great job on that Alistar. Whether he has Unbreakable Will Up or Defensive Garrison, he's able to keep these points for Pays Everyone Child Support. And bottom lane's having a little bit of trouble here with the Ezreal versus the Urgot, but it doesn't matter because top side is getting dominated so well. Sauron diving here, and Kayle not using the intervention onto Ezreal, instead just grabs the kill on Urgot and lets Ezreal go back to spend some of that gold he might have had.
Yeah, up there at the top, man, that Alistar was just able to delay so well. That was crazy how effective that was up at the top. Lisix able to get the stun off on Melkor, trying to get this point neutral, but ZaberZ to the rescue. Up there with that interrupt now, Painkiller is going to hassle Lisix a little bit. And, tries to see the blade out to CaptnBuwberry, but is not able to land it. Now Lisix got chased out of the fight and is going to get killed, unfortunately. Melkor turns around, drop off a little bit of stun on inFe, trying to get some damage in, but that Reckoning connects and takes him down. ZaberZ has to flee from the windmill, but Panzerz has discovered a ZaberZ, gotten stunned, come out of it okay, and killed a whole mess of spiders.
Yeah, the Storm Shield getting just enough extra damage there to get that kill. MMKH going to be able to get away here just because Panzerz has used most of his abilities. The slowdown coming out. ZaberZ with the revive, trying to get onto this. Ooh, a good reveal there. Panzerz in a lot of trouble as ZaberZ doing damage, but MMKH chrono shifting himself, not getting the revive off. They will get the kill even though there was no Cyclone there. MMKH just like, you got a bomb in your head. I'm going to recall. You're going down. But Lisix versus Painkiller. Painkiller able to neutralize the drill while the minions are hammering away at that point. Lisix trying to chase it down. MagiMelkor trying to close this gap as well to get that Alistar, who has just been a terror right now for the amount of time he's taking to stall. Look at him knock him airborne one more time. He's got another headbutt up. See who he uses it on as he runs around in circles. Oh, right on to the Leona, who actually lanced back at him during the headbutt. But they're so far behind right now. I don't know how they're going to be able to come back and get this game where they need it to be.
I've seen crazier comebacks in Dominion before, but Panzerz Child Support is just monster mode so far this game. Point Defense hasn't really been able to grab a foothold anywhere to try and start making a play, and it's just a lot of inFe with that damage, but getting grounded right there, that's one of their big DPS. He does have that revive, and he will be back very shortly there. Got Pantheon coming down onto the point here, stuns Panzerz. Alistar able to catch CaptnBuwberry, but can ZaberZ deliver the damage over the wall there? Gets the stun on Tibbers, unfortunately not on Annie like he had wanted. Now inFe catches up to the fight, and things are going to get really brutal once inFe starts landing hits.
Oh, and the invulnerability coming out on Annie, not enough to save her. Elise picking up that kill, but Kayle getting a double kill. They're going to pick up MMKH here as well, and that AP Kayle is doing work. I think you're going to be seeing a lot more Kayle picks and bans lately because AP Kayle has a 1-to-1 ratio with that ability power on his nuke. It's also
never
slow.
changed that? It's been like that for a year.
Oh my goodness, the 1v1 going down bottom, Sauron being able to take out the Ezreal again, but Panzerz going stealth, jumping in on there. Even though he did get seen, it wasn't enough time for the Urgot to get out of there. The bottom lane easily being won by this Urgot, but it's not enough as their entire team's there to rotate. Panzerz on Child Support able to sacrifice all the help up top because Painkillar does such a good job at defending these points. And here he goes again, another good headbutt. Defensive Garrison, he has the invulnerability coming from Kayle. He will not go down. And there's Panzerz and Child Support to come mop up these kills. Elise with nowhere to go. Going to go down as well. A double kill for Wukong there. Alistar taking tons of damage and going to die for a triple kill coming up from the Wukong as they put two members of Point Defense trying to go bottom to get this point because it is their weak spot right now. But it's not going to be enough as they're going to be able to push and get the drill if they want to.
As Sauron has been doing a very, very good job of assaulting this point and keeping it neutral for his team. And that's what's kept them in the game as long as the game has gone on, is the fact that Sauron has just been so effective down here against BuddhaRice. MKH is going to go down, but he's going to pop back up right away right there. BuddhaRice going to start unloading on him immediately. MKH not going to be able to get away, unfortunately, just a little bit further up. Sauron has a Painkiller glued to him. Or is Sauron glued to Painkiller? It looks like it was the other way around, as Sauron is able to pick up that kill on him and begins mobbing his way on up towards the upper end of the map. inFe and ZaberZ have discovered each other, but inFe does have that invincible for a few seconds and waits out with the repel before coming back down. Sauron intercepting, able to put out the hurt on inFe and take inFe down. Now we got Leona able to turn around the point up at the top, down at the bottom end of the map. Panzerz has arrived, but gets chased away by MMKH. And now, Point Defense, they've got their 3 towers, they've stopped the clock, this is going to keep going, but will they be able to take it home? I'm not so sure.
Sauron and CaptnBuwberry kind of teeing off here. A bomb onto CaptnBuwberry will go down. A good shield by Sauron as the life steals a little bit off of Painkillar's there. And Painkillar eating some of the bombs now. Painkillar not much damage, but tons of utility. Oh, a great reveal there in the brush. Painkillar helping the Ezreal get the kill there. Alistar jumping onto BuddhaRice. A good stun, a good jump by MagiMelkor. They're going to be able to take out the Ezreal there as they take out Painkillars as well. He's not going to be able to live through this one. He might get Alistar down. No, not quite enough. They do have the 3 cap. They are coming back very slowly here. ZaberZ starting to land those cocoons and make a big difference for his team. Let's see if inFe can defend this point. He does have CaptnBuwberry there as well. Another good cocoon. They did neutralize it, so they're 3-to-1 cap, putting the head a little bit faster than they were a little bit earlier. I think they're doing a much better job now rotating and working like a team instead of losing these 2v3 battles that they keep finding themselves in.
And if Sauron can keep up the heat and the upper part of the upper end of the map is brought sort of down towards the middle a little bit, and they play that positional thing, things might go a little bit better, but their Panzerz and Child Support is gearing up for a big play at the top. They're staying grouped up. They know that getting caught is going to be their downfall, so they want to avoid it as much as possible. MKH coming down to the bomb, but he doesn't want to stand and deliver against inFe because inFe can wreck him so hard. And AP Kayle has been going crazy. Oh, there's the invincible right before the volatile spiraling lands, but ZaberZ comes down with the repel and grounds Kayle. Melkor comes down for Buwberry now, and Buwberry in a bad spot right there. Looks like they're going to walk right across the street for that bottom point. Up at the top, Alistar is in a really bad spot and has to lay on this point for as long as he can because he wants this to stay neutral.
Ooh, a great Ezreal ultimate coming bottom. Just a little off, did not hit all 3 of them, even though they were lined up. The Leona is going to go down to the 3v1 up top, but doing a great job with that defensive Garrison at the very last second to delay it as long as possible. It is going to be a 3-for-2 cap because they grabbed that bottom point. after getting the easy kills onto Kayle and CaptnBuwberry down there. And Zilean actually putting a little cap time in on the refinery. Kayle going to come in, have something to say about that. MMKH is and needs to get back to base because not very useful without any mana. Painkillar going in, does not care, going to defend the point once again. 4v1. See how long that Unbreakable will last. The defensive garrison is down. inFe is there, and everybody switches to inFe right away. Being taken down almost instantly. A double kill coming out for the Pantheon there, and he was unable to stall them that time. Meanwhile, Annie getting grabbed by Alistar down bottom here. Alistar just needs to defend, doesn't need to kill Annie. They do still have the 3 cap very solidly, and Alistar's not going to go too far into this one. 27 points, they're barely hanging on, but they've come back by almost 200 points now, as they didn't have a 3 cap until the one that they've held towards the end of this game.
I don't know if you've been looking at it, man, but look at Urgot's build. It's completely ridiculous. He's got the Sanguine Blade, he's got the Last Whisper, he's got the Lantern, he's got the Frozen Fist, he's got the upgrade boots. All he needs now is a Frozen Mallet, and then he's going to be the Lord of Destruction. He already is to an extent. You saw every time he's gone up to the upper part of the map, he's just completely annihilated people. Alistar getting caught in the middle of the map right there. ZaberZ kind of hanging back. A little bit of spiraling play right there. But, oh, this could be bad if ZaberZ gets caught out like that. He does get hit with the Airborne. Lots of bad things happen to him at once. And ZaberZ does not have his Revive available. This is a very bad position for them to be in up at the top of the map. If Sauron isn't able to get something going on down the bottom against Annie, this could be what ends the game up here. Melkor comes down for Grand Skyfall and gets almost liquefied.
Revive, but he is going to die again very quickly. Meanwhile, the windmill going to the Wukong, who wasn't even needed to get that team fight under control. The Elise got caught, and then they kind of trickled in with the Leona and the Zilean. Pantheon dropping in and dying as well, and it was all in vain. They have 20 seconds to try to get this back. A good stun there by ZaberZ, who's now very tanky with that Rylaze, but I don't think that they're going to be able to get up here and end this bleeding they have going on from their points right now. Alistar's unable to connect with anybody to try to stun them, and the Elise going to try to get to BuddhaRice and get out of there, but the slow coming down from the Iceborne Gauntlet. Going to get the double kill there. Zilean, a half second too late once again. Did have the Chrono Shift up, but not there to help it out. Meanwhile, Wukong gets a double kill down bottom while defending that point.
We'll see if Alistar can keep this neutral because they desperately need a point to not get captured in order to stay alive. MMKH getting killed up at the drill though. He's got the there's the garrison. MMKH delaying it just a little bit longer, and they're gonna need some kind of sweep to get up to that drill. Or not drill, to get up from the drill, excuse me. No, the solar flare from Lisk at the bottom interrupting Buwberry keeps the point neutral a little bit longer, and that little bit longer is what they need if they're going to try and win this game. See, Ezreal recalling right there. It's just inFe up at the top, and they've got to get to the windmill immediately. BuddhaRice does have his ultimate, so if they get to the windmill and they kill inFe and they line up, it could be an ult away from disaster.
Ooh, MagiMelkor actually getting off the point right there. I don't think they have enough time, even with 2 people on there. That is going to be the game. The Ezreal ultimate coming across anyways to stop that cap. And Panzerz and Child Support really just hammering the victory home. They had a little glitch at the end there, but they had plenty of time to get the 3 cap back, rein it back under control, and get to the finals.
Yeah, Urgot's build got completely, that was spot on. That's exactly what you needed to be able to start turning things around, and he was for a little while. And Kayle was just so good, and they were not able to deal with it at all, unfortunately. And at the end there, they had swept upward a little bit quicker, maybe been a little bit more on it about how they got there. All they needed was 1 or 2 seconds more to neutral that tower and keep this game rolling. Because you see just the way that engagement just happened. Alistar is still back at the platform. Wukong had just arrived. If they'd have pulled a neutral and killed Kayle, they did have some CC up there, but unfortunately not meant to be this time. So Panzerz and Child Support is going to go on to the final.